Hello and welcome to Mostly Minnesota Music Podcast Edition. I'm Ann Tracy. I'm here with my co-host,
Heather Baker.
Yes, and we are here with two musicians that are new to me. I'm so excited. I love when I'm so excited to talk about you guys. We've got Annika Jones and Maggie Ray O'Donnell. Mm-hmm. All right. First question, which is which?
This is Annika.
Annika, nice. nice. So you girls go to St. Thomas, mm-hmm. and you play music.
Yes. We do.
Tell us a little bit about the music, what you play, how you play.
For right now, we're more acoustic. Mm-hmm. I mean, we play with two other guys we could do kind of a full band, but for us two, we both play guitar and sing. We kind of do like a country, classic rock kind of covers and stuff like that.
Yeah, kind of some older stuff. Just kind of, especially for our recent gigs, it's been more of like a not a background music, but more chill stuff, so not super loud and everything, but yeah, it's really fun.
Nice.
Can I back up first on how you guys even started to play music? Because I know, truth be told, I know a little bit of Annika, and you were kind of a sports driven.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it turned into music. So can we get a little bit of that too?
For me, I think that music was always something that I loved, and I always sang and kind of gravitated toward it. But I was always I played soccer for since I was 5. So it's something that was kind of in the background, but something I knew I wanted to pursue more, I guess. And so I just kind of switched over, I guess. I mean, I had always sang and things like that. So it was just something that I wanted to pursue more than I did sports, I guess. Yeah.
And for me, my dad is a musician, so I've kind of grown up just, hearing music and being surrounded by it. So I grew up playing. I've played the drums since I was 2, because that's what my dad plays. He plays for the Fabulous Armadillos. And I just recently, well, not recently, I guess it's more 3 years ago, started playing the guitar, and I play the piano. I have since I was in 2nd grade. And yeah, I guess just kind of, it's always been something that I've really loved. And since my dad has been in it for, way before I was born, I just kind of grew up doing it. I also was really into sports for a while, but then I hurt my arm, so I couldn't play softball anymore, which was my main sport. So I kind of stopped doing that and kind of picked up more on music. And then I started a band with 2 of my other friends, because I didn't know Annika at this point. But
even though we went to the same school.
Yeah. But I was always in band and she was in choirs, so that's why we never really crossed paths and stuff.
Yeah. Band.
Well, I ended up joining choir with her for the last semester of high school, but
nice.
So I just it just kind of happened that I switched over more to music than sports a little bit earlier than Annika, but yeah, and then eventually we met because of my choir teacher.
Yeah, and we started doing little shows, through the school, at the end of the year, concerts, we would perform together.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Lally.
Yeah.
He's the one who brought us together.
Oh, nice. That's very nice.
Yeah, but that's pretty much how it all happened.
And then we just kept going and started doing gigs with ourselves, and yeah.
So where did you first start playing gigs?
Our first gig was at the Local Blend in St. Joe.
It's
just right down the road.
Yeah. And we kind of did some festivals after that, and opening for other places and things like that. So
nice. Well, that's an opportunity to tell us that. Have you got any gigs going on now?
Yes, we actually do. We're playing at the Travail in Robbinsdale, and
every week on Wednesday.
Every Wednesday
from 5:30 to 9.
Yes.
Nice.
And that goes all the way till end of October, I believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That's something to look forward to then when it starts to get cold too. Awesome.
It's super beautiful up there. It's their rooftop patio.
They have
It's
it on the
brand
roof.
new.
Great food.
Oh, it's amazing.
That is one of the top restaurants in the cities.
Yep.
Mhm.
That for anyone who hasn't been there, it is. I save up my money and I go about once a year.
Everyone
But
is
it's
so nice
Oh
there,
my gosh,
too.
yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
I was like, can I just order pop there and continue or what?
No, here's your 7-course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's one of those set deal 12 course.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
See, yeah. Apparently I don't get out very much.
Yeah.
So when you say Maggie, your dad was in music,
Mhm.
playing, did he yank you up on stage
Oh yeah.
and get you over the, oh my gosh, everyone's
Oh, yeah.
at
For
me.
a long time.
When I was younger, I was just so afraid. I was like, I had the worst stage fright, and I still do. I pace
Oh,
before
yeah.
every show. I think I wear out the carpet. But yeah, eventually he got me up on stage, and actually instead of playing drums for him, I just went up and sang because I was more comfortable with that. You know, I had been doing that more for people. So yeah, I've been yanked up on stage a couple times. One time you were there, and I was like, why is it Sheena instead of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, their singer, Pamela McNeil, is one of our really big idols, I would say.
Mhm.
She's just like the kindest and sweetest, and she's always
Very
just like,
supportive,
yeah,
too,
exactly.
for
She's
us.
always like, you guys put your mind to anything and you can accomplish
And with the
it.
whole band.
Absolutely.
Honestly. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
How did you get the two other fellas that are in the band? How did you meet them at school?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Bennett Veline,
Yeah.
he went to our school with us. So we've always kind of been friends.
And yeah, I've known him since before I went to school. He's always been like a family friend, and he's one of the guys that I was in a band with before Annika.
Yep.
So it was kind of like we had a little acoustic trio before. And then Isaac Levy is the other one. And he and
Bennett were friends.
Yeah.
And so we kind of met through that.
Yep.
And then we were like in the studio one day, because Bennett has like, their family owns like a studio in St. Joe. Rock House, yeah. So we were kind of all just hanging out in there one day, and we started making a song, and we were like, let's do
we're
this
like, whoa,
together.
this is kind of good. We work
Like,
well
this
off
is,
of
like,
each other.
kinda good. Like, maybe you want to try it? But yeah, it's kind of been like that. And then Isaac too, he lives in St. Paul,
Mhm.
and him and his dad, they have a studio at their house too. So sometimes when we're in the cities, we go down there and kind of hang out,
Mhm.
make some music,
stuff.
record. Yeah.
Nice.
Doesn't sound like sorry, Ann, go ahead.
I was just saying, you so many resources at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Yes, for sure.
So when you first started singing, or I'm thinking you're doing covers, can you tell me your first one, and then that you guys are like, let's sing this in front of people that aren't family or whatever, and then can you tell me, I think you write together too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And about that.
I think we were like at your house one day.
We
and-
went in the silo because it sounded
Okay,
cool.
she lives on like acreage, so
Yeah.
like she's like an old silo.
Mhm.
And so we were like in her house, and we were like, oh, we kind of want to do a cover for like Instagram or something.
Mhm.
Like, let's do something. And so we were practicing some songs, and I'm like the biggest Fleetwood Mac fan ever. Like, I love them.
This
and
is cute.
it's bad.
Her
It's an
bedroom is like a
obsession.
shrine.
Yeah, absolutely shrine. And so I was like, let's do Rhiannon. Like, that song's so cool. So we just like kind of worked it out and kind of were like, oh, whatever, we'll just do it, super casual. And
we
then
went into the silo in
it was the middle of
freezing,
winter, and obviously,
freezing
you know, yeah,
weather.
Minnesota winter. And Maggie was trying to play guitar. She's like, my hands are
I'd
frozen.
say.
And so, but it sounded really cool. There's
Yeah.
like all the echo and everything. So
And that was the first
Yeah.
one we ever recorded together.
yeah. And then after that, we were kind of like, oh, we kind of just started
Blend
doing
well.
some other little things.
Mhm.
And we had another friend that
Mhm.
sang at Cathedral that we did some things with her, and we put more on like Maggie's Instagram, and then her Instagram. Her name is Maya. We put some stuff on hers, and we were like, this is really fun. And yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
Your voices sound amazing together.
Thank
Thank
you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like your sisters or like your family. Did that just happen right
So
away?
many
I know.
times. Every time we put something out there, like, "Are you guys sisters?" We're like, "We look like sisters."
I mean, I wish.
We're basically sisters at this point.
But you do sound like sister. I mean, was it easy? Did you blend right away, or did you have to
Oh,
work
yeah.
on it a little bit? Nice.
I remember the first time that we sang, I was playing piano in the choir room, just getting ready for what was it, the traveling soldier
Oh
thing.
yeah, we had to do this thing for
Yeah, we
for like
recorded
Veterans
these.
Day
Yeah.
celebration, and our principal wanted us to like film something for the school, like to put on their website or something.
Yeah, and I remember I was playing piano, and then you sang the melody line, and then I sang the harmony, and like
We were like,
we got through the first verse, and we were like, "Wait a second,
that was pretty good.
this is like."
Because I feel like I always like we were always in the same friend group, but
Oh,
we were
yeah.
never like best friends. And like
Right.
I knew Maggie did like a lot of music stuff, and I was always like wanting to get into music and everything. And so like we just like connected right away, and like it was very
Mhm.
natural.
Nice. And now you're at St. Thomas, and what are you studying?
Music
business. We both are, of course.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. Was that what? Did you choose to go to the same school, or was that sort of an accident?
Well,
Well, that's a long story.
Okay.
So, I started out having my heart set on Belmont and their music business program down in Nashville, Tennessee.
and I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
She almost got me to go.
But I ended up not enjoying it, but it was too far away, and I felt a little bit out of my element because it was so far south and nobody talked like me or had my accent. And nobody could say my name right. It was always Maggie.
It's Maggie.
Anyway, no. But I missed Annika and I missed my friends back home. And I thought, you know, as long as we have a studio and the resources that we have here, why am I so far away
When you
So-
can do the same thing here.
when I can do the same exact thing
Yeah.
here? So
So-
I came back for second semester freshman year.
Okay.
Yeah, at St. Thomas. And yeah.
So when you say second semester freshman year, you came back this year.
Yes.
Be-
Mhm.
Nice, nice. I know that we have a lot of folks who've been on the show and listened to subsequent episodes. Tell us about the program. What's your favorite thing? What's been surprising? I know a year into it, but so far, what do you like?
About like the program at St. Thomas, right?
Yep.
Music. I just like for St. Thomas, like we went to Cathedral, and it was like a really small like school, super small environment, like hands-on everything. And so I like it there where the class sizes are small, and I feel like I can
Mhm.
talk to my teachers and like ask
Definitely.
them like what I like my certain like questions that like wouldn't come up or something, where there's not like 200 people and I'm like afraid to ask my question or something.
Right. And
So that's been really nice.
they know you by name. And one of my classes was an advanced recording class. So we got to like make songs and play them for
Yep.
the class and kind of like talk to each other about what we liked and like,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the professor, he works at like In the Groove Studios in
Mhm.
Minneapolis, and we actually got to go and like tour and like see how everything works, and it was just like a really good experience. And I really love the teachers. Like
Yeah.
all my classes were amazing.
they're very personable.
They're very and I feel like I just learn a lot
Mhm.
like with them.
And now compared to your fellow students, you have a band, you've recorded music, you've got some of it in the blood, some of it just, nurtured your whole life. Do they think, oh, those girls, they're so far ahead?
Well, I think that like in my classes, there's not very many people in the business, like the music
Yeah.
business program, because St. Thomas is known for like their business, which is
Mhm.
like super good, but like a lot of people don't know like how good like the music business program actually is. So there's only like 25, 30. So like all those kids are like, they know what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they've kind of grown up with music, or they play instruments, or they want to be a singer, they want to be a musician or something like that, like in a different band. So a lot of them have like recorded some things, but I think what sets us apart is that we have like really good like connections, I guess you could say, and like people that have been doing this for like a long time, and like resources to like help us exceed, you know what I mean?
And there's a ton of different like genres within the music business, like kids. like even just in my recording class, the songs that people would play, there'd be like
So different.
rap music or
Like
like
EDM.
banjos
Yeah.
or violins.
Or just straight
and-
violin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a whole bunch of
It's
different
a
stuff.
really wide variety
yeah.
of kids. Yeah.
Mhm. Which is cool.
I was
And
gonna
it's
say
nice because, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's nice because like there is only 20 people in the class, so you meet people and you do make connections and
Mhm.
connections that they have possibly. Then
Exactly.
you meet them and you get connected with other people because it's all mixed in. You have seniors, juniors, and everything like that. So I met some people who like worked at the Basilica Block Party or like who worked at First Ave and like could set me up with possibly people that I could like get an internship there or something. So that's why I like it too.
I was gonna say, when you were in the class and hearing all the different kinds of music, do they have you, besides the instruments, like write differently or try to, let's say you like classic and country and they're like, put a
Yeah.
rap together, or how does, you know,
Yeah.
just kind of stretch you further out, I guess.
So for my class, we had like I think there was 5 different assignments we had to do, and a couple of them were just like trying to mix and record my teacher's different songs and things, and a lot of those
Yeah.
were like, what would you call that? Like
What do you mean by,
like
like,
a
mixing?
what's a Green Day type of, like, not
Oh.
grunge, but
Oh, like alternative.
Yeah,
rock.
Just like an alternative, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So that kind of stuff. And then one was, just record yourself playing guitar and your vocals. So yeah, it's a ton
Yeah,
of different.
we had different projects where like he would make a video or he would have a commercial because that's kind of his business. It's like commercial, like making music for commercials. So then he would give us a video with no sound, and then we would make up our own thing that would fit for that commercial, or we could find a piece of music that would fit for that. And it was just like different projects like that to get us out of our kind of stuck, like this is what I want to do, and like making us see like all the different opportunities that you can do like within music besides just like people think they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be a singer in a band, like but like there's a lot of different opportunities that you can like be creative in and like still like be in like business side and like the workplace and stuff.
I was gonna say, Anne, does it just triggered the thought of, we just interviewed a music guy that does a lot of videoing productions and whatever, and I was, for you guys being younger too, do you see with all the COVID and the restrictions for the music element right now, do you see an opportunity for like video or some other way to kind of reach out to show people who you are or your songs, whatever, or just for yourselves to be creative?
Yeah. With my other band, we've done a couple live videos, which is kind of nice. And then people can just, tune in and maybe even eat dinner while they watch, just anything like that. And
I think it's kind of pushed us to like use different resources besides just
definitely.
like emailing someone and be like, hey, can I play for you guys on this Saturday or something? And it's just kind of like taught us to be like, I guess, more creative in ways that we can like work together, or sending, like if you're on Logic or something, then you can send your demo to your other bandmates and they can work on it and send it back, and just using technology in different ways.
It's definitely had us work a lot more on our recording and songwriting.
We've had a lot more time,
Yeah.
because we're at home so much. We've had a lot more time to actually like get things in motion because
Right.
we're not so busy like working or doing other things outside where we would be really busy and stuff. So
Nice.
Do you find yourself writing about the world that's going on around us? Has that been, or
I'd say no. We like kind of an escape in a way,
Yeah, I guess. I don't
forget about all
know.
that and just.
sometimes we write down, or like we try and write a song and it's like, not today,
Yeah.
But then sometimes like we did like a couple days ago, we wrote a song in like 3 hours and
Yeah.
produced it and put all everything on it, and yeah, it's pretty much done now. So I mean, sometimes it just works.
Wow,
like that.
yeah.
I think what
The best songs that
we
are
were on.
written are usually.
This is the story. We were on Logic, and
Oh, yeah.
okay, you can do like loops on Logic,
Mhm.
and so I was like playing around with them and I was like, Maggie, like this is pretty cool. She's like, let me make one. And so I was like sitting there, I was like, oh, this would be great. Like, no, I'm kidding. And so she made one. I was like, dude, this is really good. Like,
it was just supposed to be like a joke.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like and if we would ever do anything with it, we always try and use, real instruments. Cause I
yeah.
love,
We'll probably go back and
I
redo real
love,
instruments.
having like real talented
Yes.
musicians, work on songs
And
with
like
each other.
the people who are with, they can
Right,
play
of-
anything.
oh,
So
goodness, yeah.
we might as well use what they can do. So
Yeah.
Anyway, then we kind of made like a couple lines or something, and then she went
Of
home,
vocals, yeah.
and we only live 5 minutes away
Yeah.
from each other. And
Not even
so she went home, and like I ate dinner, and then I came back down and I worked on it, and I figured out like a chorus and kind of melody or whatever. And so then I sent it to her. She's like, I'm coming back.
So I was back in the next
So
3 minutes.
Yeah, so we stayed up and we finished it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was super fun, and yeah, we just love to do it.
Mhm.
And just doing other covers of songs that we love and
Mhm.
kind of making them our own, like putting a spin on it. Yeah,
Definitely.
kind of like what we would do, and adding more harmonies because we love singing together. So
Where's the best place for someone to go to see your music? Online, or I mean, we've already mentioned Travail, but I really mean online to find you stuff that you're doing.
for right now, it would be Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we're most active on there, and
Yeah, our Facebook is, so the name is Ani Ray, but the title, like the @Ani Ray was taken, so it's Ray Ani.
yeah.
Sometimes that's how that works.
Yeah.
I work in technology, and many years ago, people would order their domain names, and we would always say, don't get those cards printed until, because it would take 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I never forgot to tell someone, or get a tattoo. Someone got a tattoo, didn't get the domain name.
Oh no! Wow.
Always. So having to swap out a Facebook, that's okay.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I obviously see where the Ani Ray comes from, but how did you come up with it? Did you have a lot of names? Did it just come to you right away?
No, honestly, Ani Ray was like, we didn't even think this was really going anywhere. We're like, oh, we'll just call it this for now.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of like, people like liked it. So we're like, well, we have to keep the name now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds fine. It's just our names. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of my friends call me Ani. So I was like, we'll just do that. And then her middle name is Ray. So just put them together.
It sounds really good together.
Really?
you.
Thank you.
Kind of like your voices matching so well. It's just meant to be.
Yeah.
It's just meant to be. So that's good. So that's where you're posting a lot of your stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ani Ray. What are your hopes before you go back to school? Have you got some musical goals? Or do you just kind of play it by ear, pun intended?
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
Yeah. So we made a song a while ago. Well, Maggie actually.
I wrote it a
posted.
while ago with Bennett, and he just sent me through Dropbox the files for a song, and he's like, do you like this? And I was like, yeah. So I wrote a melody and then came up with some lyrics, and I sent it back to him, and he really liked it. So then we brought it to Isaac and Annika. Actually,
Yeah.
she was at the studio that day too. That was the day. That was
Yeah.
the first day when we
Yeah.
all figured that we kind of liked this band, And we're just trying to finish that one right now because we've came up with
We've
so
changed
many
it so
different,
many times. At first, it was like super country, and
Mhm.
then we changed it, and it was like really poppy.
Really
And
poppy. Now
we
we're
didn't
trying
really
to
like that,
kinda
so we're
mesh
bringing
'em.
it back to like
Yeah.
the country pop kind of thing. So I mean, we're almost done with that. We
Yeah.
pretty much need like drums on it, and that's
Mhm.
pretty much it.
And
So
then-
our
yeah.
goal is to finish that and get it out as soon as possible.
It would be fun to see the progression of it. Like,
Yeah.
like watching a
Ooh,
Picasso
so-
painting.
they're
You see what the
they're
woman in the chair looked like first rendition, and that would be,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to put out just little snippets of,
Yeah, each one how
yeah.
they're different. That'd be cool.
that would be fascinating to me
Yeah.
to hear how's
Me
that.
too, I want to hear.
The very first, like,
Yeah.
raw.
Oh, raw.
Not good.
It's definitely gotten better.
Yeah.
What are, when you write your lyrics, is it usually emotion influenced or a moment, situation, or? when you write? Like, what do you go like, oh my God, this is cool, or you dream it? How has that happened for you guys?
I have woken up in the middle of the night and written down some things. But for this songs in particular, there was no, like, it was word vomit pretty much. Like it just
Yeah,
came
sometimes
out.
like if I start a song and I usually get like the first verse, I'm like, oh, this is really good. And then after that, I'm like, okay, what am I going to write after that? It kind of comes in spurts sometimes, and then sometimes you'll just write the whole song.
Yeah, or you'll think of, it's kind of like writing a book almost. Like sometimes it's just completely like random. There's no really story behind it, but then it's kind of ends up being this story, not necessarily anything that's happened to you or anything you've seen, just kind of.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's like everywhere.
Yeah.
And sometimes you like see something and you can write about someone you heard a story about, or one of your friends, what they're going through, and you kind of like channel that and write it in, like that sort of thing. I feel like that inspires me sometimes.
One of my favorite songs that I've written, which I think I showed you, was about one of my best friend's moms who passed away from cancer this last August. So that was, that's just, it just got a lot of, meaning. Yes, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
So therapeutic in a way.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, definitely sometimes. Yeah, for sure.
For me, playing piano is very therapeutic, and just kind of
like watching yourself play, or just the sound, or
the sound. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or just singing in general. I don't know. Or sometimes you'll just be sitting in bed, you'll be like, oh, I just want to play my guitar.
True.
And then sometimes you're just playing and you get a good chord progression. You're like, okay, where's some words? Here we go.
Sometimes you're playing your guitar and you're like, man, I wish I wasn't playing my guitar.
Yeah. Like, I'm so bad.
Is there any other, Annika, because I know Maggie plays more and you play guitar, are you curious on any other instrument grabbing your attention?
Well, I mean, like, I play piano, but like I don't like play, like Maggie actually is like lessons, like she plays, but I really like that. And I don't know what else I would learn. I mean, I'm open to anything really. I mean, I think we need a bass player, so maybe I should learn bass. I think that'd be cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I know I can't play drums. Terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're a little.
She tried to teach me a few times. It's not good.
You're great.
When you're with someone who's been doing it since 2,
exactly. So I'm like,
very hard. And only with having a parent who is a drummer would drums for a 2-year-old ever work out.
Right. Very true.
That would be you guys are amazing because you make it sound so effortless, but behind that, you've been in band and choir. You're going to St. Thomas for music theory. You've got the family connections. You've both been playing music for so long. What do you think is your secret recipe? If you look back and think, this is something that helped me a lot. This is something
I would say, for me, I wasn't getting anywhere when I was, so worried about what other people thought.
I was just gonna say that. Trusting myself.
Yeah.
And just being like, this is something that like I can do, or like that people will actually like this, or just like being like, when I was younger, I'd never wanted to pursue it because I was like, there's a million people that can sing. How would I stand out compared to anyone else?
I think the thing that we have is first of all, we work really well together. And I think second of all, we are good at coming up with things that are, I don't know, not necessarily catchy, but we have a good sense of rhythm. I mean, I guess.
And like just.
And and melodies, I would say.
Yeah, just like having kind of like that, I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't want to say like talent, you know what I mean? It's just like something that just like came so naturally, and just to like trust yourself and like know that it's good and know that it's okay and know that you can keep going and stuff. I think that helped me a lot, especially like with the whole soccer thing. I was gonna like play college soccer and I was like, that's not really what I want to do, and so I just decided to put all my energy into like music, and It's made me happy. A lot happier than I was when I was playing soccer.
That's good because that's a hard decision to make. I mean, if you've poured in, I think the rule is you put 10,000 hours into anything, and you were probably getting up there, and to shift gears, I'm glad to hear that it's worked out so well. We're happy that you made the switch. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, I think it's extremely important. And as being a grown woman, I love to hear from you that you trusted yourself and to have that confidence. That's such a gift.
Thank you.
It took me a while to get there, though.
Yeah, she helped me.
You helped me.
Well, then maybe that's just another layer of why you guys are so good with each other too.
Thank you. Yeah, I think
so.
definitely.
So your 3-hour song, can you give a little hint of what that is about? Just because I'm fascinated that it only took 3 hours to write.
Well, it doesn't even have a name.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But I think I know what it should be. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's more of like a funky kind of.
Yeah,
something
it is
that
super
don't
funky.
Really, yeah, it's kind of like
it's almost like
Motown.
Yeah,
mixed with,
Motown.
like really like stomping country. Like,
Yeah,
stomp your feet
it's
kind
different.
of. Yeah,
But it's cool.
But it does. It sounds really cool.
It's kind of, what would you say the lyrics are about? Like this person who is, finally figuring out that she doesn't really need anyone to be happy besides herself and her music.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love it. Are you guys? Oh, sorry. Are you naturally like if I was gonna grab your music collection, is most of it country? I mean, you guys keep saying something about country, or is that just kind of what you're drawn to play?
I think our voices are
sound country. So,
and when we were both growing up, our parents always played country music.
Mm-hmm. For me, it was old country.
Yeah. My dad used to play a lot of old country, and but I guess if you look at like a record collection or something, which we both do have, I feel like it's a lot of classic rock.
Oh, definitely. That's what my dad's band plays.
Everything like that.
Also
I mean,
that.
that's what I'm more gravitated towards, I guess. I mean, I like some of the pop stuff, but like.
But I would say our music is more.
Our music, yeah. Country. Or what we want to be, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, for your covers, do you ever try to do like a crazy rap and sort of bring it to country or what? I find that fascinating when people totally spin it, and you guys are strong enough to do that, I believe.
That'd be kind of cool. We've never tried that, but I've always wanted to do like a super like hard rock song and like make it like really like
an acoustic,
mellow, acoustic and like add a bunch of harmonies. I feel like that'd be super cool just to like put a spin on like something. Yeah. But no, we've never done the whole rap thing.
We kind of did that with it wasn't hard, but it was like we changed that a bit.
Yeah, we changed that. We did a cover of "I'm on Fire" by Bruce Springsteen, and we changed that and added some more harmonies and stuff, which we really like to do. Or like we did a cover. We did a cover of "Blown in the Wind" a couple of days ago, and we like to add some more. I don't know, just make it our own, I guess.
What is really nice is Annika's voice is. Are you a soprano?
Yeah.
And I'm a tenor too. So
and I'm like a soprano 1.
So we have that contrast, which is super nice. So then when we're doing harmonies, we got the she can go like crazy high and I can go
crazy low.
Weirdly low.
But we have the good in between.
Yes. Yeah. And that's another thing that I was super self-conscious about when I was younger was how low my voice was. And I know for you it was how
I always
high
thought I
your
sounded
voice
like
was.
such like a little baby. Like I was so high. I still think that. I don't know.
But once you kind of realize that, it's almost like, for me, I realized that not everyone sounds like how I sound. So I thought that was kind of cool. But I used to really be like, I don't sound like everyone. Like, I don't want to sing.
Yeah.
But now I just kind of accepted, like, it's cool. Like, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's nice when you cross over and realize, I think everybody goes through that where,
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have red hair. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, it was red. You know, you're like, oh, I wish I was like everyone else. And then you go, you know what? What I like about my friends is how they're different. What you gotta like about. So it's
Yeah, and just as we've gotten older, that's definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not that old, but I mean.
no, but that's yeah. Well, fantastic. I think that's remind people again where they can find you.
Rayani. RAEANI.
Yeah, and we're performing at the Travail every Wednesday until the end of October. So
October. And you guys you're in St. Cloud now, but you'll be back in St. Paul. So who knows? You might find some more gigs around around the Twin Cities.
We got a list of people we're trying to email.
Good for you. Good for you. That combination of the music business. I'm going to tell you, I knew that St. Thomas had some music classes, but I didn't know they were doing that. So smart.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Really good.
You're again. I think that you sound amazing together. But what I think is even more amazing is you both seem to be so ambitious and so smart and doing things so smartly. You know, I think you obviously have a natural talent, but you know, a lot of people have a lot of natural talent and they squander it. You know, you've got to meet it with the drive that you girls have done. So that's
Thank you.
amazing to see.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, absolutely. So I don't know, Heather, if you have any last remarks.
No, I'm eager to start following your socials and see all the posts of all the good sounds coming out of you two. I really enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully you'll play somewhere where I can order my soda and
Yeah.
12 courses and go.
No, I might take 12 courses of food. Or what I'll do is I'm close enough to the St. Thomas campus. I'll just walk by it on a regular basis anyways. I'll offer to hold the camera for you someday while you're practicing. So that would be great. So yes. Maggie, Annika, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and we'll look for Ani Ray on Facebook and Wednesdays at Travail. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.